A strong bond takes more than just effort and commitment. In fact, even the smallest, seemingly harmless mistakes can damage an otherwise thriving relationship. Often, these mistakes are made unconsciously, leaving us blind to the potentially damaging behavior of our partners. Don't let these mistakes go unnoticed. Uncover and resolve them before they threaten the foundation of your relationship. In today's session with Thinks Free, we shall be looking at 9 common mistakes or habits that might kill your relationship. Number 9. Lack of mutual respect. Mutual respect is essential for any relationship to thrive. This includes being willing to admit when you are wrong and apologizing when necessary, as well as actively listening to and valuing your partner's perspective. Failure to exhibit respect in a relationship can easily lead to feelings of being unvalued and not heard, which can ultimately lead to the breakdown of the relationship. It's important to remember that respect is a simple concept and can manifest in many ways, such as through active listening, humility, and a willingness to compromise. Without mutual respect, it can be difficult for a relationship to survive. Number 8. Poor communication and lack of attention. Relationships thrive on proper communication and giving each other adequate attention. When these two are neglected, the relationship will be at risk of failing. A classic example of this is when one partner feels that the other is not giving them the attention they need despite complaining about it several times. On the other hand, the other person might feel like their partner is asking for too much attention. Such conflicts may be as a result of poor communication or both partners not being fully aware of what the other person needs. It is therefore important to be aware of your partner's needs and also be in a position to communicate yours effectively. Open communication will help you understand each other's needs and attend to them in the most appropriate manner. Number 7. Too much disturbance and criticism. When your relationship is characterized by too much disturbance and criticism, both of you will grow tired and weary even if you have been together for a long time. A lot of factors contribute to this. The main one is that it reinforces negative emotions where you concentrate more on your partner's mistakes and weaknesses and ignore their good side and the efforts they put in place to keep the relationship going. When your partner notices that this is how you treat them, it can cause resentment. The best thing to do in such a situation is to be proactive. Be clear when asking for help or making a request and use positive reinforcement to be patient and empathetic as well. Your partner might need a minute to collect their thoughts, understand you, and attend to you. Number 6. Lack of affection. We are all built differently. Some of us love kisses and cuddles, while others struggle with physical intimacy and public display of affection. This doesn't necessarily mean there is a problem, but we still need to reach an understanding and show our partner that we do care by displaying affection in any way we're able to and one that doesn't make us feel uncomfortable. Without affection, our partners will start to feel less important, causing them to drift apart. Holding hands, cuddling, or even hugs are all great ways to show affection without bringing physicality to an uncomfortable level. Number 5. Being overly sensitive and insecure. Time after time, we all feel low, depressed, or even worthless. Such negative thoughts and emotions could affect how we see the world and how we act in our relationships. As much as these feelings are normal and not necessarily dangerous, when we dwell on them so much, they can become more problematic as they can trigger insecurity, jealousy, and self-doubt. Even when you have a loving partner, there's a limit. They can't take on a near constant stream of negative emotions while also trying to avoid your triggers, particularly if they can't see a reason for it. However, it's important to acknowledge that feelings of insecurity and jealousy are sometimes rooted in past experiences where you might have cheated on your partner or done things that made them feel worthless. Number 4. Neglecting your partner and acting like you are single. You don't need to be overly dependent on your partner or spend every waking moment with them to have them feel special. Each of you needs to set time boundaries and be able to do some things independently without the interference from the other. However, don't take it to the extreme and start acting like you are not in a relationship. If you go around behaving like a singleton, you'd be disrespecting your partner, invalidating their feelings, and treating your relationship as unimportant. Always keep in mind that you are part of a loving union and be willing to compromise. When two people love and support each other and interact positively with one another, they forge a fulfilling relationship. Balance is therefore key. Number 3. Not having other interests. Having no other interests outside of your relationship can get you sucked into an all-consuming focus on your partner and stunt your emotional growth and general development. This might also lead you into experiencing negative emotions like fear, anxiety, and paranoia. To avoid this, remind yourself of how you used to spend time before getting together, and instead of smothering your partner, spend more time on your interests. This will make both parties feel more relaxed. Creating a codependent relationship can happen when one or both parties in the relationship fail to cultivate outside interests. This will quickly lead to codependency, where your source of confidence and your idea of self-worth come exclusively from your partner. Instead of trusting in yourself, you are always looking for validation and having no real sense of self. While interdependence can be helpful in certain situations such as sports, business, and art, you can't afford to lose yourself. You must hold on to your identity to avoid becoming too reliant on your partner. Number 2. Being financially reckless. The biggest enabler in life is money, and it makes the world turn, but it can easily damage your relationship. If you and your partner are constantly arguing about being wasteful with cash, sidestep the issue by showing your partner that you can be more responsible with your finances. On the flip side, if you are in a relationship and all you concentrate on and care about is your money and wealth, it will split the dynamic, making you less of a team player, and your partner will start feeling like you don't care about them. You can reassure your partner by including them in your financial plans and any other plans you have for the future. And finally, on number 1. Neglecting self-care. This might not sound so important to you at the time you're watching this, but the time and effort you put into your appearance often reflect your inherent values toward your relationship. The moment you stop making an effort to look after yourself, it comes across as though you do not have any enthusiasm or focus on improving yourself. It also makes your partner feel like looking good for them is no longer of great importance to you. This lack of care could make things turn sour after a while, especially if your partner is a more focused individual who feels that self-image is an integral part of who they are. Do not be surprised if they start spending more time away from you. As we wrap up our session today, it's important to know that relationships are built on trust, openness, and sincerity. By being aware of the common mistakes that can harm a relationship and making a conscious effort to avoid them, you and your partner can create a strong and lasting bond that can withstand the test of time. Remember, communication and understanding are key in any successful relationship. Keep this in mind as you navigate through your partnership, and you will be on the path to building a fulfilling and long-lasting relationship. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep growing the Thinks Free community. Thanks for watching, and let's meet again in our next session.